You're asking the right person. She's in the military.
Was you?
Yeah.
Let me get what Army?
No.
What was you?
No, guess.
Navy.
Guess.
Air Force.
Nope.
Navy.
Mm-mm.
Marine Corps.
Yeah.
I ain't talking to her no more. Finish the podcast.
What's up, guys? Barrett Freeman here with another episode of the PropertyTales podcast. I've got health and wellness influencer Melanie McFarland. How are you?
Hi. Good.
Of course, I got Billyhubbard and Tera Padgett. How are you guys doing?
We're good.
So, thanks for coming to Corbin.
My Army drill sergeant told me I was supposed to run till I throw up. Is that right?
You're asking the right person. She's in the military.
Was you?
Yeah.
Let me get what Army?
No.
What was you?
No, guess.
Navy.
Guess.
Air Force.
Nope.
Navy.
Mm-mm.
Marine Corps.
Yeah.
I ain't talking to her no more. Finish the podcast.
Her story would blow your mind, and I do want to talk about it a little, but we've already talked about it. But it is interesting. Anyway,
We don't know about
you're a health and wellness influencer. How's that going?
It's a learning experience for sure, you know. When you go up there, and my whole thing is helping people with growth, personal growth and development. And you know, when I started out on it, I didn't realize like how much it would change me and bring growth to my own life, putting myself out there online. You know, when people are talking about you, you want it to be the right things, you know. And
What kind of content are you putting out there right now?
It's very experimental. So right now I'm just kind of like putting out fitness videos, which are so super surface level. But I'm working on figuring out exactly what my niche is that I'm trying to funnel in. So
The videos I watch are you doing a bunch of pull-ups.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It took 2 seconds.
Marines, man.
I'm supposed to pinch you on
The rule I made for everybody watching: if you catch me cussing, screenshot it and then do this. I'm not supposed to cuss. I'm being scolded.
He's
Every time I
practicing.
cuss, Tera's gonna pinch me really
It's just
hard.
funny. Here in 2 years, Billy just won't be cussing anymore, ever, even in not on
He's
camera.
not
just 'cause
gonna have a
he's had to
nipple.
edit it so much.
It's weird too because I've never heard a Marine go, "Don't cuss."
Well,
do you
yeah.
want to tell him a little bit about your background on that? Because I do think it's pretty neat.
Sure. So I was a dog handler in the Marine Corps. And when you go in the Marines, you can't just like sign up as a dog handler. Like in the Army, a lot of times it's very like specific
Yeah, it
MOSs,
is.
you know, and that's awesome. For me, I wanted canine in the Marine Corps because my whole goal was to go to combat. As a woman, that's very hard to do, you know. I don't know. Ask me why that was my goal, but it was. And so I signed up as military police, which was not my first choice, you know. It's really not, because you have field MP, and those are the guys that actually do security work overseas, and they're pretty cool. However, then you have like MPs on base, and those are like what they called, excuse my French, but the you know, like so
I can't pinch her. I don't know her.
I'm gonna give you one. So so I didn't want to be that, you know. So like if I'm gonna sign up for 5 years, like I really got to make sure I get canine. And so there was a whole story there and process of getting canine, however it happened. And I never did see combat. I got selected for the deployment, and they cut the dog team numbers from 46 to 4. So my world was crushed. That was everything
That's
I'd been
a
working
big
for.
jump.
Yeah.
We don't need that many dogs.
Did
Yeah.
technology evolve? Why did they do that?
Well, you know,
'Cause there's got to be better
It was
solutions.
PETA.
sometimes there are people in positions of authority that have no business being there. And there was a specific general that, this is the story I heard. It may be completely inaccurate, but this is what I was told. There was a general that went over there and cut military police numbers, failing to realize that canine falls under military police. So now you have all these grunt units and special forces units that need canine to lead their team, and they just literally don't have the teams now.
So it wasn't based on a logical decision. It was basically malpractice.
Yeah, it was a little malpractice there. Yeah. From
It
what
was
I
half
understand.
reading.
That might be totally wrong.
What
you
year
know?
did you get out?
2016.
Okay, yeah. Billy got out
2020.
20.
Yeah. Okay, so you experienced a lot of different shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was transitioning out of the military right when COVID hit.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was stationed in El Paso at Fort Bliss when COVID started hitting. The longest I ever spent overseas was in Suwon Air Base in South Korea. I was a 14 Echo Patriot missile operator. I like them. I've been arrested by the MPs. I got arrested in South.
Do you recognize this woman?
No, we got arrested. The MPs they didn't technically arrest me. I was detained and taken somewhere else. It was
Question, locked up, and then released after about
yeah.
30
So
days.
in Korea, the Marine Corps don't do the police over there. It's the Air Force, and it's the Air Force SF is what it is. And the Korean SF, they have a Korean forces, and they do because if you're a Korean soldier trying to arrest me, you better know how to fight because I ain't going with. You're not about to. No. But I went to Fort Sill for AIT for artillery school,
I bet
and
that was fun.
yeah, the Marine Corps takes the same course we do.
Okay.
For field artillery.
I knew it was risky getting two people in the military on here. You're already using all the letters that.
Well, 14 Echo. So I don't know how it works in the Marine
And
Corps.
AIC or whatever you just said.
AIT is
Okay.
So when you go to the military, you go to the basic training, and then you go to advanced individual training, which is if you're not infantry, it's like your job. It's training you for your job. In the Marine Corps, I'm not sure how it works. I know they do they're training. You're either a Hollywood Marine or an actual Marine, and then you go to your training. And if you're artillery, you go to Fort Sill, and I don't know if they were supposed to. I'm probably about to get a lot of Marine Corps people in trouble, but we were very limited to what we could do on post. Like if you were a certain phase level or you're doing good in your training, you could wear civilian clothes and walk around, but you couldn't smoke cigarettes. You couldn't drink alcohol. You couldn't do none of that. You couldn't even leave the post without the proper, authority. But the Marine Corps, they could dip and smoke and all that stuff while they were in training. I don't think they're supposed to, but they did. So yeah, haha.
Can you speak to that?
So for us, we have boot camp, and then we have MCT, which is Marine Combat Training, and then our MOS school.
Yeah.
So they may have already done the two that were very
So
restricted.
they wouldn't be considered a trainee anymore.
And then then they're more like real Marine status, so they could behave like more like free people at that point.
If you're an entry level soldier, until you get out of AIT, you're considered part of TRADOC. I think even if you reclass, you're in TRADOC, but you're considered a reclass. So you get more freedoms than just a TRADOC soldier or ELS soldier. I think it's ELS soldier. We were always real jealous of the Marine Corps, and we were real jealous of the transition because they could just do whatever. They could leave the base all weekend and just go get drunk.
I'm going to ask an integral question.
Okay.
Why is it called the Marines and the Navy's not called Marines? Because Marine means like water. What do y'all do in the water? You're like saltwater soldiers? What is a Marine?
So land, air, and sea. That's what the Marine Corps can do. All of it.
All of it?
Yeah, we're a department of the Navy, so it all depends on your MOS. I can't do all of it, right? Like, but however, right? Yeah, I mean, I have my dive cert. I've never skydived yet.
Wow.
But like special forces, they do all of it, right? They've got their dive cert, their swim, advanced swim.
No wonder they're getting away with so much, Billy. They're superhumans. They can do everything.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I didn't think they were superhuman until I drank with them. Drank with a Marine Corps. Like,
is that what got her into fitness? Was she tried drinking?
No, like when you drink with normal soldiers, y'all like to get drunk. Marine Corps, they're trying to die. Like they're trying to get out of their contract.
They're superhuman.
Yeah, I think they definitely profile us for the Marine Corps.
So we had this guy. He was drinking with us, and like the beer funnels. I am getting all kinds of people in trouble. We were not supposed to be doing this, but we get the beer funnels, and while they were doing it, they would be chugging 2 beers, and this guy would just come in with 3 or 4 shots and pour it down the beer funnel, and they do that 6 times. I'm like, damn, he's trying to get out of his contract early. He's gonna die.
You have done a good job of actually staying in shape since your time in the military. Was that a challenge? Did you have to kind of reorientate, or were you just always good at training?
Training brings me peace. It brings me peace, and it's helped me stay on the other side. For me,
Billy came out weighing 120 pounds.
No, actually, I weighed 160 pounds when I got out of the Army. I went into the Army. There's a funny story for you. I went into the Army 1 pound underweight, completely underweight.
So you were double rats? Is that what they call it in the Army?
Yeah. So yeah, I got lucky. So when I went to MEPS, I weighed 135 point something pounds, and it was 136 for minimum weight for me. The doctor said, "We're not going to put your weight down yet. I want you to go in the cafeteria, eat 2 of them big sandwiches they give you, and just come back." So that's what I did.
Chug a gallon of water.
Yeah, I went in there. I chugged milk. And I ate the sandwiches, and I came back, and he said, "You made weight, Billy. 136 point something." He goes, "Think about it though. If you went there and pooped, you wouldn't have qualified for military service." I went, "Oh, shit, all right." Because if you're overweight, I think there's a process where they can see how much body fat you are, the percentage. But if you're
Your
underweight,
BMI.
that's
is that
it. There's no
body mass
there-
index.
Yeah, your BMI. That's what it was
Yep.
called.
Yeah.
Did you ever get ninja punched?
Define ninja punch.
NJP?
Oh, nope.
Is
Nope.
this other secret words they want military know?
I'll explain them to you.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. I had some interesting experiences though.
So you're a lawyer. So here's how it works. In the military, it doesn't work like it does out here. If you're accused of something, you can actually avoid trial altogether and just take a slap on the wrist, which is considered, it's called an Article 15. And there's 3 levels of Article 15. There's a summary, company, and a field. Summary is just like I guess we'll call it a platoon level, it's a very small one. Company is a company level Article 15, and a field grade is a battalion level Article 15, which is the max punishment, which means they can do a 45-45. They can put you on extra duty for 45 days, a 45-day restriction, and cut your paycheck in half for like 3 months. Depending on what you do, they're not going to do that. I know this because I've got like 4 of them, so I know all about them.
You crawl all over that system.
Yeah. They make you do stupid stuff too. Like you'll show up to extra duty, and the staff duty sergeant will be like, "Them rocks over there, I don't like their color. Go paint them green." And the next day, the new staff sergeant, he won't like the color, and you have to do it all over again. It's just a bunch of stupid waste of resources. So Donald Trump, if you're watching this, you're wasting your money, bub. A lot of paint went out of the budget.
We're keeping
Thank you
Bear
for that
in,
tangent.
You're
in
welcome.
business.
So did you? So how much did you weigh when you came out of the military?
160 or 170, I think.
Of solid muscle.
No, I've never been muscular. I've always been shaped like
You
an
were
avocado.
muscular. I don't want to hear it. I seen a picture of you like that, and I just seen so much tone in his arm, and I went, do that again. I was like, bring that back.
I still have some of the same traits I got in the military because, but if you go from working out 2 or 3 times a day and actually eating healthy to not, like in an abrupt span of a year, it starts to take some negative effects on your body.
Yeah. Did you struggle with that at all yourself when you came out?
Um,
That's what I was roundabout getting to before
Yeah,
you started talking about the.
not
My bad,
the,
guys.
painting rocks. Not really the getting out of shape part. Because that's always meant a lot to me.
Not me.
Getting out was really hard. Getting out was super hard because, it's already primarily a male dominant field. And in the military, like, I don't know about you guys, but like we had like our whole language and a way of communicating without words. Like we could get stuff done completely silent, and
Yeah,
and then
I
you
know
get
what you
out and
mean.
you try to make friends. And I'm like, man, you're talking a lot. Like,
Yeah, and you get all these people that aren't. The biggest thing I had when I got out of the army is people just aren't fast enough. They don't, and they're very boring. And the way they do things, it does. When you're so used to that, it just doesn't make the way they do things don't make sense. And you're always like, why? If you know what's wrong, why are you doing it this way?
Are you saying that the military's really very efficient? Then when you got out, you're seeing a lot of people being inefficient.
yes. And it's like you, when you suffer together, you grow together.
Yeah.
Like you build connection and you're able to like understand the people that you work with every day. So you know how they think. And so you just understand like their go-to is going to be to do this. So I know they're going to do that. So I'm just going to do this. And like, you just very efficient. It's just a different way of operating. It's like we come up with our own language.
And
You know?
society does
You'll
not
s-
operate that way.
You'll see it a
No.
lot. The values of the military, they carry. There's some values that carry over to. A lot of times, it's very rare that you'll see like a veteran that's been even out for like 20 years. They've been out of the military and they'll wear their uniform. They'll still adhere to the military standard. They won't have like a goatee or a big beard. Some of them will, but if they're in an actual Class A or Class B uniform, some of them most of them will still respect the standard that they put in place for that. Just like when you see, I don't know if you guys ever watched Stolen Valor. A lot of times, like me personally, I
on
don't know.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, personally, I don't really care about Stolen Valor unless they're taking something from what would be a veteran's. But Stolen Valor essentially is when someone's impersonating a soldier or a Marine or something, and then somebody that's
To
been in
get
the
benefits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like to go Black Friday shopping and
Right,
be
or
like,
go to
I need that
McDonald's
10%
and get
off.
And you got to think, you got a guy. Let's imagine you got a guy that's served overseas and been to Iraq 3 times, right? And he sees that, and you're wearing the uniform wrong. He's gonna say something to you. He's gonna, and it's just there's certain values and like that are in the military that they go with you when you leave. The biggest thing is, you probably know about this. There's little small habits too you don't even catch on to one of your friends is like, "Why are you being weird?" Because you can't, like when you're in uniform and you have a phone, right? If you get a phone call or a text, you are not allowed to walk and talk on the phone, and you cannot walk and text on the phone. You have to stop dead still wherever you are, get your phone out, send a text, answer a call, put it back in your pocket, and then walk.
Can't walk with your hands in your
Nope.
pockets. You can't chew and walk. You can't drink and walk. You can't walk on the grass. You know, a lot of times you're told when you can pee.
Do you know if those are still rules 10 years later?
Yep. It's
Which-
just respecting the uniform is what they call it. But,
Yeah.
you know, honestly, I'm grateful that I got to experience that because it just showed me how much I value freedom. You know, and that's what motivates me to stay in shape because I see a lot of things going on in the world that I'm not super happy about. And I want to make sure I'm always ready, you know, to be able to pick my kids up and take them where they need to go or, you know, whatever maybe.
Keep them safe.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I walk into a room full of people and it seems like the complacency of like people are just so unaware, you know,
That's
like,
what you talk about.
like
Yeah.
they're just, their heads are down all the time. They're not focused on, I mean, I've watched situations take place like 3 feet from an individual. I'm like, you were just dead just then. Like you were so complacent and unaware of your surroundings, you know?
I'm guilty of it.
Yeah. And I mean, I've caught
we
my
had-
own self and, you know, and I'm like, oh, I better check myself here, you know?
Now that you mentioned that, because we had dinner like a month ago, 2 months ago, and I probably was on my phone the whole time. I was kind of showing you kind of what I was doing, talking about the podcast, but you know, I could have been killed about 60 times.
There's more fun
Yeah.
traditions with the military though. The Marine Corps has a tradition I really like. It's not part of any kind of,
It's not in a book.
it's not in a book, but if you go to a Marine Corps wedding, they have a tradition where the people's all dressed up in their, I don't know what you guys
Dress blues.
dress blues, and the bride and groom, they get married, and they do this thing where when they leave the wedding chapel and they're going to the car or whatever, there'll be a line of Marine Corps, Marine soldiers, or whatever you guys call them, Marines. Seahawks. They'll be outside and they'll have their saber and they'll have them like a triangle and they'll walk under them. And then the last Marine Corps will slap the bride on the butt with his saber. I don't know where that tradition came from. Probably some creepy general came up with it. I don't know where it came
It's
400
just
years
fun
ago.
now.
I am fascinated. We were trying to talk about your fitness brand when we will get to it, obviously. But I am fascinated with that weird transition period that you guys both went through, coming from military to civilian life. Were there some other challenges just besides, you know, the small rules that you were used to day to day?
Mm-hmm. It was very. I realized how much like self-isolation is a product of it. Apparently, a lot of people experience it when they get out of the military. So, you know, it's
What do you mean?
it's like where you get a lot of anxiety when you go around groups of people. and-
Oh, I thought you meant like people wanted to be alone. Or I guess that's what you're saying.
yeah, you want to be alone. Like I'd rather be alone than go try and make new friends.
So how many
But you-
people have ever just asked you, why are you being so loud?
Why? I've never been asked that one. I've always been a little
She's
more
a
on the
quiet
quiet
speaker.
side.
Not me. Everybody says I'm really loud for some reason, and I don't hear
And
it.
We were in the
hateful.
army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he sounds hateful without trying to be. He self isolates. He does a lot of other things.
Trouble with crowds.
Oh yeah. It's just you know, I don't know about you, but I'm checking like got my map pulled up and like alternate
That's
exits
another thing
and,
people
like,
don't.
you know, you
Map
just
reading, yeah.
you just
I
like
read a
you just
map.
have a different way of functioning through crowds. It just gives you really a different kind of anxiety. And I didn't anticipate that, you know, and then like being a mom, you know, it's like, okay, so if a fight breaks out, how do I protect my kids and like engage the threat? You
I'm
know, I mean,
thinking
there's
this
just like
is also
all
a
of these,
woman
like,
thing,
because your
too.
mind
Yeah.
is like, for me, it was stuck in fight or flight, fawn or freeze. Like it was stuck in that.
Fawn or freeze.
So fawn is like where you just like, oh, thanks, you know,
Wow.
and then like freeze is like you just
Oh,
have
freeze.
no idea what you're gonna do. So there are other sides to fight or flight. We all
think I
have
have
different
one.
ways of responding. Are you a freezer?
Someone help. Well, you just call for help, one of them.
Yeah.
The fifth one.
The difference, like you have more situational awareness in your descriptions of how you tackle large groups of people compared to I do that, and I've never been in the service, but I'm like stuck in that because my mom had PTSD and raised me with always know your exits, always look at your surroundings, like that kind of stuff. And whenever we were like at the chicken festival, he was trying to avoid a crowd, but was going about the wrong way. I just grabbed him, pulled him behind the food trucks, and took him that way and was like, go this way. Like, he doesn't do that as much. And I think it's like a womanly thing, too.
You're right. You're
like
on
the
it.
mother's instinct.
I'll never forget. One night I went into martial arts class, and my instructor was like, this is after I told everybody I was joining, and he goes, "You're going to face 2 enemies, and one you'll never see coming because it's going to be that shady dude, and he's going to wear the same uniform as you." And I bowed in on the mat, and he absolutely destroyed me that night. He's like, "You need to know what this really feels like." And I mean, like, whew, and that's what it is like when you are a woman, they're just a different set of enemies that you face. And so you get really good at evasion and being able to sneak around and
There's set instincts.
get through.
There is a difference.
It's a
yin and
different
yang.
kind of survival mentality that
Like,
we
he's
have.
great for, like, if there's a situation, I want him there because he's going to tackle it, and be that force. But, like, I'm going to try to be the avoider in the first place.
And I'm going to use Tara as a human shield.
Barrett's going to be like, oh, no.
Save me, Tara.
But I do freeze up a lot. That's one thing Billy told me, because where I'm stuck, I just go like he said, I call it juking me out, where, like, I'll be in the shower or something, no attention paid. I feel safe in my home. And then he'll scare me and throw me into like that's what I do, and I scream.
I don't even mean to scare her. Like, I'll just pop the shower curtain open and be
That's
like, "Where's my
terrifying.
controller at?"
That's terrifying. I mean, you're in a safe place, and all of a sudden, I need my PS5. What do you mean?
Have you come to any conclusions on that nightmare scenario where you're with your girls and maybe 2 drunk guys are fighting and you're trying to keep them safe? Like,
I
do
think
turtle?
it's so interesting. One of the best things you can do is just realize you're just talking to another human. A lot of times you just got to change your energy, relax your tone, look them in the eye, and be like, "Hey, buddy."
Well, I'm saying, like, maybe 2 guys are fighting each other.
If they're fighting each other, they're distracted, and you can just pretty much walk away.
Yeah.
You just grab the girls and go.
Yeah.
I noticed at the haunted forest that we did a walkthrough through, everyone jumped whenever they set off the, like, stuff that sounded like gunshots, and I didn't. Like, I just all the time and expecting the worst thing. So I was just like, no. People were like, how are you not phased?
I don't survive the first round of the zombie apocalypse.
I'm going to make it a little bit.
I'm not going to make it.
Season 3, I'm there. I'm one of the
Barrett,
popping
you're
characters.
good, bro.
You're the first one.
I'm like, where's the zombie?
I don't even drive with my
Phenomenal.
windows down through a town. Like, I'm that level of, like, at night, too, I won't drive with my windows down. Because I'm scared somebody's going to snatch me.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I was stuck in that because of what I, experienced, right? And I didn't like that. So I sort of set out on this journey, like, what is peace? Like, what is
So is
peace?
that like the wellness and health stuff? Okay. So it's
Yeah.
like a healing thing.
It's all been
Yeah.
a healing journey for me. And oddly enough, putting yourself out there on social media tends to, like, speed it up because you really critique yourself and you really, like, evaluate yourself and you're like, oh, whoa, what does that mean? And like,
Yep.
okay, so kind of like fine tooth comb yourself. And so, yeah, I realized I didn't even know what peace felt like. What was peace even? So
Because
then,
you're just you're in this pattern of just anxiety all the time.
mm-hmm,
So it's like, how do I turn that down?
yes.
I describe it as
Yeah.
like, when you buy a porcelain doll and they've got that rod that holds them up. That's what I feel all
As
the
I
time.
straighten my posture.
All the time, 24/7. There's like a rod inside of me that is stuck, and it's just like a lightning rod. Like, something's gonna happen.
Y'all ever thought about
Very
just going to a
perceptive.
bar and just beating the hell out of somebody?
No,
That
because
sounds
then I
like-
think about all the things. Like I gotta call Barrett. I need a lawyer. I'm gonna be in jail.
But what I mean is, like, I like peace, but sometimes, I don't know what it is. I like to fight.
You get an itch.
Yeah, I like to fight. I don't know.
It's
what
a
it is.
men thing. I don't know.
I don't have that itch.
But yeah, we get stuck in that
Lightning rod.
mindset. And so a lot of times, like, I realized, like, my mind actually started searching for the bad scenario.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was literally conditioned to, like, think about how the situation could go wrong so that I could defeat it. So I was, like, constantly looking for the battle or the war in my own head. And I was like, I'm at war with myself. Like, I don't even know what
Then
peace
the
is,
disassociation sets in.
Yeah. And so,
Maybe y'all
like, you're
need
just
to
living
smoke
there.
weed.
And
Would
no,
you-
it makes it worse.
Would you
Yeah.
would you overreact to normal situations because of that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you
Yeah.
find yourself not going to things because I'll do that. Like, I'll be like, Billy, I don't think we should go to this. He's like, why? And everything will be fine, but the whole time I'm scared.
Yep.
I'm like, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm just anticipating on the worst. The worst.
It's true, and I was living like that, and so I actually cut out a lot of things in my life. Like I cut out drama, like drama on television. I cut out a lot of social media I was ingesting. I cut out a lot of music, because it was just like keeping me in those stuck points and those loops in my head, just like living in anxiety and fear, And I think that women have this incredible capability of being able to do 20 things at once, as women, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how our brains operate. And so it's like, what are you going to put those 20 things towards? Is it going to be healthy, peaceful, joyful, like nurturing things? Or is it going to be like, oh my gosh, the world's falling apart and I'm not safe?
My brain was like, that one right there. I'll take that one.
Right? And I think a lot of us are stuck in that point, And so for me, like being in good shape and nurturing my body with good healthy food helps me to relax and like find peace and know that I'm safe, So that's really a big thing that's gotten me into it.
Do you avoid alcohol and drugs?
So I don't like the way alcohol makes me feel. I just don't like the way it messes with my gut, and I got really super depressed when I drink bourbon. Which is sad because I really love the way bourbon tastes. Bourbon tastes amazing. But then I realized I was thinking of ways to unalive myself, and it was coinciding with the bourbon. So I cut it out. And, that's just how it affects me. I think
Maybe we all should just go
sure.
on a cocaine bender and see what happens.
I
good
could be
upper.
easily sold.
This man's wearing a suit. He's already one step ahead of us. A little pocket.
Well, now that you mention it.
It's great pre-workout, I hear.
Have you tried the what is it? The kratom, the kava stuff?
No, I've not tried.
So you don't drink beer
Don't
or
do
anything?
it.
No, I drink kombucha. It's fermented.
Yeah,
but no
I drink
alcohol.
Remember, I had kombucha.
I
like a
microdose
spell.
mushrooms. I've done some mushrooms.
I feel
Did
like
you find that helped?
Yes.
Mushrooms?
Yeah, mushrooms are great. I don't believe anything should be a forever thing,
and
Use it
limitations
for a
and
season.
responsible use is what I tell people. Like, I'll drink a glass of wine on a weekend night, but I won't drink like I used to.
That's
It's-
and
yeah, I
don't
mushrooms
drink
really
at
popular
all.
right now. What did you?
I don't drink.
What were the benefits you saw with like the microdosing of mushrooms?
So with microdosing, it was like the world just became more colorful and things just were more joyous.
Everything's 2004
and
again.
They
what
just
everybody
felt
says.
like more alive, And so for me, like that's a tool because it's like I hadn't felt those feelings or experienced life in that way in so long. I didn't even know what it looked like or felt like. So then when I felt that, it was like, oh, this is what that's like, And so then now that I don't use them anymore, I can still experience life that way because I know what that is.
What was your regiment?
Okay, so
Just because it's a really popular topic. A lot
It
of people
is.
are really
Yeah.
interested about this. Even doctors. Everyone.
Psilocybin.
So
Yeah.
So what was your regiment for the microdosing?
So I wish I had my stuff here so I could give you the right
It's all
amounts,
mushrooms,
right?
isn't
You got to know where you're getting them from.
Mushroom
That's
tea.
just like huge, So I was doing like the recommended dosage on the package. So if it's like 2 capsules, I would do 1 or maybe 2, and really follow that, and people don't understand like the power of the mind. Like the mind is just so incredible and so powerful, and how you start your day really matters. And so for me, like going into this, it wasn't just about microdosing, it was about changing my whole entire lifestyle. So I quit looking at my phone first thing in the morning. I didn't look at my phone for at least the first hour, which was ridiculously challenging for me. I'm going to be honest. It was like, oh my gosh, when's the hour up? I got things to check, I really had to like fight through that to retrain my brain not to pick up my phone, And so, so again, the 1 to 2 capsules, pretty much every day for a week. And then I was like, let's try it a couple days without. And then when
Were you seeing the bright colors and fuzzy feeling with just even that dose?
Not really a fuzzy feeling. I noticed that like when situations happen with my daughters that would normally, because your kids, honestly, your kids trigger you more than anything, or they do me, you know, which is, I think, one of like our, like, it's a gift to grow. It's an opportunity to grow. And so you have to be able to like take this third eye and like hang it up here and like watch yourself, observe yourself. And so I observed myself on microdosing, and my reactions to them were just so much better.
Yeah.
And so much kinder and more joyous, and like, oh, this really doesn't matter that much. Like, let's turn it into a learning experience instead of like, it has to be this way. You have to do this or that. And so when I observed myself reacting to them that way, it was like, oh, cool.
And
This is great.
It makes the impact too when you handle the situation like that, to where you're allocating when you should and shouldn't be stern, to really emphasize what is and isn't important.
So if I go home and take a
That's something
handful of
that
mushrooms,
a lot of people don't realize. Like,
Yeah.
my
Come on.
mom didn't realize that, and that's why
I'm so
now everywhere I
confused.
go, I'm like,
Everything is so intense.
everything is terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, I get in the car, seatbelt has to be on. I'm like, but it could kill me. I could.
what is a microdose? What is that?
And so
Instead
you
of taking a full dose, like a full mushroom, you have to work your way up
Is
it.
it like a
right?
tenth of a dose? Like, what do you know what it is?
honestly, the dosing is so strange, and I'm not probably going to explain this right,
The
but it's
verbiage.
just enough to like sort of alter your state of
So
mind.
what happens if I go home and I just take a whole handful of mushrooms?
That's not. That would be an adventure.
It'd be a thrust into
You
the
know,
ego.
that'd be an adventure.
Have a spirit guide with you.
But the
Let's
cool
do that
thing
on the
is, like,
podcast one day. I'll just take a whole handful and we'll see what happens.
It won't be nearly as interesting for people watching as it would be for
For me,
Yeah,
yeah, I
edit
have a
it.
great time.
yeah.
We'll edit it.
Billy's in there.
No idea what's going on in there. But yeah, so if you observe yourself on them and like how you react to the situation, you take note of that.
Yeah.
And then when that situation repeats and you're not on them, you're like, oh, I can react this way instead of negatively and intense.
Yes.
So that
you know,
was week one.
Yeah. So it just, it helps
was
you
week one of
see
microdosing?
another way of being, you know, and that's what this is about. It's about growth and like changing patterns that you no longer want to
See, we
repeat,
kind
you
of
know?
do that around here, except instead of mushrooms, a lot of people just do a bunch of pain pills.
My biggest fear with trying something like that, and this is probably a lot of other people's anxieties, is like people that won't go get on an anxiety medication are scared it's going to take away them.
Mm-hmm.
And that idea of being, I guess, happy scares me to think that I won't have that gut feeling about bad situations whenever there is a bad situation. Like, I don't want to be oblivious, because ignorance is bliss. I want to find that perfect mental, like my hormones are balanced, my chakras are aligned, and I'm handling things when and where they should be handled.
Yes.
Do you feel like it
Yes.
worked for you to where, you know, if you have anxiety about maybe I shouldn't go there today and something happens, like your gut instinct is still present?
So I think all these things are tools, and it's learning that they are.
Yeah.
So for me, my whole journey has like been set out like, what is peace?
Yeah.
And then what is joy? Because happiness is like kind of a high. Like we feel happiness at like these little points, and then we go back down low. Joy is like this thing that is just there, no matter what the situation is, you know. And so, like, anxiety can be used as a tool to help us think through situations quickly and navigate them quickly.
Yeah.
However, what you're talking about reminds me of like, we fear what we don't know.
Yeah.
So we actually get super comfortable to having that awful anxiety gut feeling within us. And the thought of like walking into a situation and not feeling that way is scary, because we've known that feeling for so long that it now brings us comfort.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't
honestly would
enjoy
watch
a
a podcast
concert.
with just you two talking for an hour. I would.
I,
I don't
Like-
have anything to help. I'm adding no value.
Well, I
to
know.
this
I'm
conversation.
thinking from somebody who's like you said, it's very popular right now, and that's the biggest fear that me and my friends have all discussed. Is like, okay, what about when something does happen and we're all just so happy and we just die oblivious to it? Like, I want to make sure I survive.
see, I don't relate to
And my gut
any of
tells me,
this
you know, drive.
because for me, I've tried, like, I've smoked weed before, and I just when I start thinking like microdosing and stuff like that, it just doesn't work for me, Because you remember, I was probably going to incriminate the hell out of myself. But one time I was backstage at a concert. I'm not going to say whose concert it was, but
It was 420, so
yeah,
it was excused.
They offered me this big ass blunt, right? So I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna look like a bitch in front of all these people. So I hit it one time, and I gave it back to whoever was smoking. And all of a sudden, I was like, started to feel real
Stop
hot.
going. We gotta go outside.
So I was like,
So we go outside, and I'm like, "What's out here?" He went, "Nothing. I needed to look at the sky."
yeah. So I was like, internally, I was like, yeah, I got this on lock, and nobody knows that I'm this high. But
That you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And like it was like it's. I feel like he doesn't have anxiety, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He just ignores it. If he does have it, it's just something he goes, yeah.
Because when I smoke
It's a
stuff
man
like that,
thing.
I try to look cool on the inside, but
I think that
or on the
unlocked it.
outside, but on the inside, I'm going like all the time. Like I just don't know.
I think that unlocks something that
Yeah.
he hides deep down, like he's holding it down.
That's all.
That's a wild animal.
Yeah.
It brings it to the light.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm already at a level of peace where anything that drugs or anything would just ruin it. I like.
I told him it's a benign piece. It's not
Yeah.
actually. It can do something.
It's like an unholy truce.
Like I told him he to me seems like somebody who is so closed and just goes, well, that's not an important emotion. I won't feel it, but he's feeling it. But he just
Oh,
ignores
yeah.
it. You know, that
Yeah.
other side of things. With me, everything's so intense all the time. And
It
I'm scared
is.
mushrooms are going to make me be like, start
Oh,
panicking.
well, microdosing is not like you get just zonked on them or super high, or like microdosing is like it just helps you reach a state of a nice consistent like.
So when
life
do you
is
stop?
cool.
Like, do you ever stop? Or
Yeah,
is it just...
I don't take them anymore.
So you did that
Um,
1 week, then you were off week, then back on. What did you do?
So I did the week and I really liked it. And then, but I had the intent in mind, right? Like I'm doing the hero's dose. Like that was my intention. I'm going in, I'm like addressing my ego because, you know, the world I grew up in, we did things perfect. Like we had a lot of perfectionism in my world as a kid. And, you know, that brings a lot of ego because you have to show up a certain way and things have to be aligned and like everything needs to be perfect, you know, and that's an ego thing. And the ego is useful. However, it can be very destructive when you are trying to find your state of peace and authenticity.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm like, who am I even? Right. And, so I did the week and then I just kind of here and there for 2 weeks, just like every other day or whatever, just like kind of see how I felt, you know. And then I did a little more here and there with those. And
Same dosage though every day.
sometimes it would be just one, and then sometimes I would do two. If you know, and again, I have my girls 50% of the time, so I'm like also doing it around when I don't have them, you know.
That'd be a
Right.
pattern.
And so you know, I had done like a little bit more of a dose a few months ago with a friend who had a lot of experience
I'm high right now.
with with plant medicine. Can you tell? With
She's
plant
floating
medicine.
away.
And she like walked me through, you know, and it was a very fun, pleasant experience, you know, but you do feel different. So anyways, I will like 125% back this up. Don't do them by yourself. Don't do the hero's journey by yourself. I did it by myself, and that was definitely the wrong
Can
decision.
I hire you to help me do the hero's journey thing? Because
She
this
just like
is
brushing
something.
her hair.
Let's all
I'm
go
not
do it
even-
together and go watch a scary
I'm not even
movie.
joking. This sounds like something that I have been soul searching for like a year now.
Well, it's I mean, it was very eye opening for me, and like there was definitely a point where I hit like I am dying, like I'm covered in sweat, and this is it. Like I'm going out, and
Wait, I have a
This
heart
is all you-
condition.
this
This
is all
might not
the
be a
time you
good
got.
idea.
yeah, you know,
Do this.
and when you feel that, when you feel like
And that's when you were trying to do the hero's dose, or
Yes.
still building up.
There are
no,
different
that was
dose
it. So I
plan.
taken a few days off and give my body like plenty of time to like, you know, and like clean eating, no sugar, like all these things, right?
Oh no.
We'll talk
I'm
about that if you want to.
Yeah.
Talk about that experience then. The hero's dose. What did you experience?
Okay.
Because
So
that sounds fascinating.
intense.
it was
We're gonna have to do it together.
extremely eye-opening
We're gonna do it
for
together.
me. I realized how much I love Tolkien. Tolkien has influenced me throughout my life more then I think I realized I love The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, like, you know, and so I was actually sitting there.
I love
you know,
the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah?
Oh yeah,
It's so good. It's
I
so
have
good.
almost every single card
Yeah.
in the Magic the Gathering
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings.
I'm not even joking.
set.
Major nerd. Major.
See, I think
Yeah.
a lot of people that are called to serve, it's like you have this, like, you just love Lord of the Rings because they're on a quest. They're saving the world, you
I
know?
love Lord of the Rings.
And
I
A
so,
lot
ain't
more
never thought about,
sand
like,
than there is in The Hobbit.
Taking a massive amount of mushrooms.
So, what was the first hour like after you ingested the hero dose?
so my phone was nowhere around me and I don't have clocks in my house. So I really have no time structure.
You don't have clocks
reference
in your
points.
house?
We don't
Yeah,
either.
you planned that before this. You're
Plans.
saying you plan not
We
to
have
have
clocks
a phone.
in the
no-
house.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do
That's
you have
easy.
to like
There's a clock
cover
on
the
my stove.
mirrors or like is that?
Yeah, yeah. Did you take
Some
any precautions?
people have talked a lot about not looking at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
I looked at myself in the mirror and there was not an issue.
I don't like looking at myself in the mirror right now. I'm sober.
Maybe
I
that's
love it.
why you you should love looking at yourself in the mirror. And that's one thing I realized that I needed, right? Because one of my friends was like, "Do you tell yourself you love yourself when you look in the mirror?" And I was like, "Yeah, right." You know,
I look in the mirror sometimes. I'm like, who is this person?
I
I
couldn't-
feel like I've aged 10 years sometimes
Oh
and
my
don't
God.
recognize myself.
yeah, I couldn't tell myself I love myself. Like it made me like really
you're fake.
uncomfortable.
You're not
And I was
real.
like, we're going to
tripping out.
start with respect. I respect you, you know? And like that was hard for me to say. And that's where I knew I needed to start.
Yep.
I need to become someone I at least respect.
Self affirmations.
Yes. And so self-respect organically grows self-love, which we've talked about that before. And so that's how I learned how to love myself, was by learning how to respect myself, which is physical fitness and honoring my body by what things I put in it. And so anyways, I this has been a whole journey. Like we're talking like 4 years to get me to this point to where I can do
Damn.
this hero's dose. Okay.
Where she's
like
collabing.
lots
I feel like
of
a
inner
loser.
work.
It's like,
Did it hit like a wave?
Yeah, so you experience a lot. I mean, you experience a lot. And for me, like,
I guess I just realized I am asking something like so hyper personal that it might be inappropriate to ask.
that's okay. I brought it up.
Okay.
I did
okay.
bring it up because I think there's a lot of power in it. And I think a lot of people do it wrong. Like, you definitely need to be with someone who knows what they're doing. I did it wrong. And I want to,
accidentally did
like,
it.
be full transparency on that. But yeah, you experience everything. And for me, like, my mind, I didn't realize how much it would quiet my mind. So they say, I'm not sure how accurate this is, but I've been told that men's brains work like a home, and there are like different rooms, and you can leave the bedroom and shut the door, and everything in the bedroom
compartmentalized.
stays there, you know, and then you can just walk in the living room and enjoy the living room. And again, I don't know how accurate that is. That's what I've been told. And women are like an auditorium. It's like literally there are no doors. It's like
Everything, everywhere, all at
everything
once.
is all the time.
When you said that the man's brain's like, I think that's too complex. To me, men are very simple minded.
It's like 3 rooms.
Yeah, yeah. There's like no,
Room
there's like
shack.
there's a shed and that's it. So men are either one of two ways. Men are either like they overthink everything, they overanalyze everything, and they're very self conscious, or they don't care about anything, like nothing. There's no in between. So when you said it's like a house, I think you're giving them too much credit. To be honest with you,
I wanna know though, do you think it made you more intelligent and mature, like experiencing that?
Yeah, well, when
That's
you
an
feel
awesome
like you're
question.
dying, like, I mean, that's literally the feeling you get. And so,
Like physically, you felt like you're dying.
yes. Yeah. And
What were
my
you
mind
experiencing?
was like, there was this point, like, a lot of really great insight came to me too. So, like, prior to that, right? Like, where everything's kind of like really beautiful, lots of colors, you know, I'm sitting in a safe place in my home, and you know, I love decorating and antiques. So like it kind of has a Tolkien hobbity type feel in there anyway. And so it just felt like really warm and Christmassy in there. And I was just like thinking about all the people that I love and like people that I do want to be around and like community I do want in my life, you know, like I don't want to be isolated. And like, I was just like going through all these things and thinking about conversations I'd have and like things like that. And it was pretty great, you know? And then it's like, it just took this like turn and I was like, oh, wow, okay, this is it,
Is
you
it?
know? And it was like this loop. I mean, it just felt like I was in this strange tunnel with like ridges in it or something. And it was like all this darkness. And then my body just felt like it was shutting down. And I was just sweating. And like, I was like, okay, I'm
What would
going
you have
out.
done if the police had knocked on your door?
Well, you know,
Like loud
Couldn't have
too.
communicated probably.
Yeah.
so let me stay focused here.
I'm sorry.
So anyways, I was thinking about that and I was like, I'm not dying. Like I refuse to die. Like because well, I haven't spoken about this before, but 2 years ago, I raised a child for 9 years and he's on the spectrum, and his mother and I actually became very close. We co-parented a lot together, and we weren't close initially. We really went to war with each other. And 2 years ago, she took her life on her birthday in January,
Oh, man, that's awful.
and she was a single mom, and it shook me to my core.
Yeah.
Right, that's one reason I've also dove into this. And so, as I'm feeling like this sort of like I'm dying feeling, I really thought of her and like, oh, this must be what she felt like. Like
I want to clarify.
she felt
yeah.
like no hope.
Real
If I
emotions.
had known that's
Yeah.
what it was going to lead up to, I would not have made a joke. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I
That's
didn't know
life,
that.
right?
Yeah, no.
So yeah, so you know, I started like feeling that and I was like, that's never an option. Like I refuse. And so like all the things you feel from PTSD, hopelessness, depression, extreme anxiety, like all this like self-isolation, all these things. And I was just like, no, none of that's going to stop me. Like I will never die. Like I'm never going to leave my girls here. And so like I felt all of those feelings through like the death feeling, the I'm dying. And it was just like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. And so then when I came out of it, I mean, it took me a few days to like settle back into reality again. And I realized like what actually matters to me.
What were the lessons that you took away from the hero dose?
So for me, it was just, again, very freeing. And like I said, 4 years of like being in coaching groups, doing different therapies, women's retreats, leading my own women's groups and retreats. So a lot of inner work and healing to get to this place to where I could do this. And for me, it really simplified things. So I like to think of it as like a ship on the ocean, you know, and then it's got like, you've got all these dinghy boats that are attached to you with like a rope, like all these things that are kind of pulling you to the left or right or back or forth, right? Like these things that just weigh in on your mind, and you're kind of like maybe hanging on to these old versions of yourself or old identities or, you know, whatever it may be, you know, past experiences, you know, trauma, right? Like all these things that I was just like holding on to. And I realized it's like I took a hatchet and just like hacked all those ropes off my ship, and it's like I was no longer like weighed down by the weight of that. It's like that death, that ego death, like took me to where it's like I didn't really care about any of that anymore. And I realized like I'm here to be the best mom I can possibly be for my girls. I do want to find my forever partner. You know, I've been single for 4 years, and I want to help women. I do want to help women because I think right now in our society, it's a very, very challenging time to be a woman. There's a
And a lot
lot
of it comes from other women.
from other women. Exactly. It's like I find a cool chick and I'm like, where do you go? Like what groups do you, and, oh, I don't do anything.
Yeah.
I have like my routine, which is like whatever 2 things you do, and then you go home and that's it. Why? Because women are like snakes these days. Like the majority of women will stab you in the back, and it's very challenging and very isolating because
Almost cussed again.
there's a lot of do what?
He almost cussed again. I
No.
almost had to.
You
Twister.
great.
you just go back and forth between them doing a twister.
Almost cussed again.
Melanie's not been a saint.
I'm definitely not. I'll tell you all
I'm
a
hoping
story
there's
too
a lot
about
of
my
younger
daughter.
women that watch this though, because they're, you know, there's a lot of, we've got a very big audience now.
Also, 65% of the audience are women, because women are more interested in, they're the ones that make the buying and renting decisions in a couple.
Right.
Oh.
Woman that I had co-parented with for years, you know, like this must be what she felt like, you know, and I realized like being a mom and being a single mom, like this is really, really, really hard. Like this is genuinely a very hard thing to do. And Teal Swan talks about it. Like, we were never meant to be single mothers. We were never meant to parent alone, you know. And granted, their dad is great. Okay, me and their dad have an amazing relationship. I'm very grateful for that. However, like, all my family's in Alabama. Like, I do most everything myself. And she was kind of in the same boat. And so I realized, like, in that moment, I was like, yeah, I gotta create a group, like, to really help women. And like you said, it's mainly women tearing each other down.
There's not
So
a lot
it's
of
like
single moms that want to do like you're talking about. They get comfortable in the victimizing thing. And I've had a lot of friends that I'm like, hey, you know, you're in a bad situation, but that doesn't mean it's forever. Like, you gotta push forward and, like, go forward for your kids. You can't just be like, nobody likes me the rest of your life.
yeah.
You can't do that. You've got to be the great person and the role model and attract, if you do want, you know, a future partner, you got to attract that partner that's going to help you on that level. And that's very scary to say. Like, it's very intimidating to think about. A lot of people don't understand that. And I'm like, you have to kick yourself in the pants, basically. And there's not a lot of help for that. Because
Right.
everybody likes to watch people kind of tear themselves down on social media.
Yeah. It's like, again, like social media, these things, like men's algorithm may be a little different, but for like women, a
all
lot of
drama.
it's
That
drama.
might be like 40% my fault. I don't know why I'm blaming these poor women trying to make a living.
It's
It is.
100%
It's
my fault.
drama, and you know, I listen to situations of like where like relationships have fallen apart because, you know, of like an affair or something, and a lot of times it's like, well, that woman knew good and well that you were in a relationship, and she still like chose to like not honor that, you know. And like, I've experienced that, and it's like, man, like, where's the bro code for women?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
There's no real,
like,
we can't hold each other accountable.
yeah,
Because
and-
then it's toxicity and you're crude, crass, like old school person. It's not that I want to limit people from living who they want to be, but I feel like sometimes if you want to set examples for the youth, for people that are coming up, boys and girls, sometimes you have to make decisions that wouldn't be, I guess, in the modern age, viewed as modern, you know?
right.
Like we were talking about putting your clothes on and stuff. It's not saying that you can't do that. You can be confident in a bikini and live your true self and all that, but you can't do it too much, I would say. Like there's definitely intent that reads.
Intent does read.
You can read the intent
Yes.
behind something. I'm not going to judge like a mom on the beach with her kids in a bikini versus like somebody who's like in a mirror.
You're
like,
wearing a
"Buy my
bikini that
OnlyFans."
says glory hole on
Yes,
it.
right.
Your
Setting
intent's
matters.
pretty clear.
Yeah.
Setting does matter. Setting absolutely
setting
matters.
is
I'm
And
just saying.
and I feel like we've sort of come to this place in our society where values seem to be like a very masculine thing. Like discipline and integrity and honor and all these things are something that only men apparently are supposed to live by, which I think is total crap.
No.
Discipline has saved my life. Integrity has made me a better person, and living with honor has definitely made me a better person. Living with honor has helped me learn how to love myself. And so values to me are like non-negotiables, and I believe that every woman needs those in her life.
Moral guidance as well.
Yes.
Principles.
And principles. Yeah. We
Yes.
talk about this in our household all the time. Like what we do and don't align with sometimes, because me and him have been together almost 2 years now. And every now and then some new conversation will arise and we'll line up every time.
I'll straight up say
I'm
no
like-
to working with someone if
Yeah.
I don't like their principles.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down
Yeah.
to, you know, and
I'm
that's
glad I
like that's
passed
why
the-
I'm
Yeah, you
going
passed-
on.
Pass the
Yeah.
standard.
You passed,
I'm going
you
on
passed.
3 podcasts with Barrett because Barrett's all about growth and development and
Yeah.
and bettering things. And like every time we talk offline, he's got a new project and he's growing and developing something else, you know. They're
Moving forward.
and that's like that's awesome, you know. Like I'm here to support that and
We also live, I'm not joking, 100 feet from each other.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're like
you have a
waving,
very
waving each other, hey neighbor, you know. It's
Barrett
kind of
went
like
from somebody who was just like a casual podcast thing to now every single time I make any kind of big business decision, Barrett, I'll call him for advice. He's very involved in everything.
We
I do.
invite him to do stuff that's not even business related sometimes, because I'm like, there's been a personal and a business relationship lined up with that. Like Billy finally has a friend.
Yeah, so like when it comes to entertainment, I got Brian and Michael. When it comes to business, I have Barrett, and now I just need someone to teach me how to be a better lover.
I could help you with that too.
I'm looking at you. I'm like, I thought you were gonna say better with money. I was like, I'm right here.
I got you.
So your group for women, how did you? Do you still have it?
So I shut it down.
Damn.
Because of what we
Damn.
talked about, okay? Because I'm just gonna full transparency here. My girl's dad calls me. He's like, "You need to keep my name out of your mouth," you know. And granted, this is the first time he's ever had that conversation with me, and I was like, "This is really not like you," you know, like
What
what's going on.
happened?
And circle around the conversation. Come to find out, one of the women in the group had told something very personal that I had told her to the entire group of moms at jiu-jitsu in public, you know, and I was like, oh no. Like,
I'm
It was
gonna
one of the
say
things
it.
that's supposed to be
oh no.
vaulted.
Like,
I'm gonna say it.
like I thought we were the kind of close that like, if I confide in you about a troubled situation, it stays between us,
I gotta say it.
not at jiu-jitsu. And so that,
I had to
yes,
say- I'm
yes,
sorry. I had to say it.
appropriate. Right. And so like that cut me like hard. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know, and of course that was a trigger for me, like the self-isolation. And so it brought me to this point where I was like, I'm shutting this down. Like, I don't want to do this. You know, I want a group of women that live with integrity. And so I really spent a lot of time like reevaluating how to attract those kind of women in there. And I'm actually going to talk to you about an NDA, like a non-disclosure agreement. Like if you're in this group, like it stays in this group, you know, like we do live by our morals and values, and you know, we're here for each other.
Them NDAs are
And
intense.
if you want to call this like, you know, a little bit of Jane Austen era and old school, that's totally fine with me because I really value that, you know. So I'm creating a new group. And so if anyone's interested, please reach out to me.
Are you gonna call it No Bitches?
No
Yeah,
bitch.
Hey, women against bitches.
there we go.
Let me
That-
do all the
that word's
vetting
powerful
for the new
me.
members.
Yeah.
Really
Women
also do the marketing.
Versus
Yeah.
like, I don't know, women to me, when I think of that word, I'm thinking of like who's got it all together. You know, like you look very well put together. You've had
Oh,
this
thanks.
wonderful experience in life. You've got honor, merit, credit to like everything I think of a woman as.
You know, you have all the tools.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it
like,
going on.
I don't even know how old you are, but you're just,
I'm 35.
that's just what a 35-year-old should be doing. I'm just saying, this is what in my brain a 35-year-old should be doing. Because I'm 24.
30 and I like to slam beer and watch Game of Thrones.
I'm 39, and that sounds like a good time.
But I'm trying to get like this. So I want to be at 35. You look great. You've got like
you.
this wonderful life story. Billy, I'm signing up for this.
I think you're a good
I'm signing
role
an
model.
NDA. Yeah.
Thank you.
Role
I
models
wasn't.
are
I
not
wasn't
anymore.
always. You know what I mean?
Well, I wouldn't
like,
partner up with these for somebody that I thought was, you know, unstable or a bad partner.
yeah.
I mean, each of these podcasts are a partnership, even if it's just one episode, because we're tying our relationships or our reputations to each other.
that's
Publicly.
true.
Publicly.
That is
Yeah.
true.
And
Yeah.
now that we're getting like 40, 50, 70,000 views an episode, the stakes have never been higher. On
However, I'm
who
going
we
to call it
bring
right
on.
now. I'm
Yeah,
waiting
and-
on the day that I make a guest mad and they walk off.
It's
I'm
gonna
gonna be
happen.
I was prepared
so
for that.
happy.
It's
I'm going
inevitable.
to be so happy.
But you know, I mean, this is the new currency.
It is.
It
I think
is. It's the new
and I'm
currency.
investing in it hard. And,
Yeah.
I mean, clearly you are too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's wrap it up. Mainly because the cameras need to cool off here soon again. But thank you so much for coming on for a third time.
Yes.
And anytime you want to come on or have something going on, let's get together and do this again.
Thank you so much for having me. It's
Also,
always
last
fun.
question, really quick.
Yeah.
Did you agree to do this podcast like 2 or 3 days after the hero dose?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes.
It pushed you over the edge to get back on.
yes. Yes.
We were walking down the street and I was like, we were like, oh, let's do the podcast. Yeah. And then here we are.
Here we are.
Drugs are good.
He was looking at her. He was like,
Drugs
"Are you
are
all right?"
That'll be
Y'all
the title
sweaty.
of the,
Well,
the podcast.
oh, I should say too, I haven't touched anything since. I haven't even wanted to.
Good.
It took away
Okay.
everything.
She's drinking
yeah.
green tea. I want to clarify. She's not drinking
Yeah.
that natural caffeine.
But anyway, thank you again for having me and for all you're doing.
And Billy, Tara, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's been another episode of the Property Tales podcast. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.